Hey girls, ghosts and pumpkins, it's Spooky Bean from SpookyBeanJournals and welcome back to my cozy corner. So today's video is going to be a little bit different from normal. It's going to be a lot more chatty, I hope that's okay. But since joining the community 2 years ago, I've noticed and kept note of a few things within the community that I feel like need to be addressed. Now I know there are a couple of videos out there that do address a few of the things that I'm going to be talking about today, but I just felt like I should come on here and make my own because really there isn't enough. There really isn't enough that addresses this. So yeah, stay tuned. I feel like I should put a little quick disclaimer out there. I'm so sorry if you guys can hear the rain and the birds. It just started raining like super heavily, so the birds are like, hopefully my mic doesn't pick it up, but if it does, I apologize. I mean, we can enjoy the rain together. Yeah. So this video has been one that I've been wanting to make for a little while now. Really, ever since I joined the community, I've been wanting to put out this video. But Paperworm and I were having a discussion a few weeks ago now about this topic, which inspired me to just sit down, shut up, and really write down a whole heap of stuff that I'm going to be talking about in today's video. Yeah. So, I don't know, thank you Paperworm for inspiring me to sit down and talk about this, because as I said, it needs to be addressed, and I feel like not only newcomers will benefit from this video, but if you've been in the community for a while, I feel like you will also benefit from this video. So, okay Spooky Bean, what's the point of this video? Well, it's a reminder for everybody in the community, whether you've just started out or you've been here for 10 plus years, it's the same reminder. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself. If I could grab you guys and shake you around a little bit and be like, grr, we would be doing that and we would be having this conversation. But I can't do that, so I don't know, shake yourself around for a little bit and tell yourself, no more pressure. Stop it. Stop, 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 stop. That's what we're doing today. I also have some advice as well, but yeah. So this is just my personal opinion, but I feel like there's way too much pressure within this community that we put on ourselves and unintentionally put on other people, that we have to have the most prettiest spreads and the most expensive supplies, and you know, our videos have to get thousands of views and thousands of likes on our Instagram accounts. Truth bomb? That's not what journaling is about. Journaling is a journey for yourself. You are supposed to be journaling for yourself. If you're journaling for other people, you're not really doing it for all the right reasons, are you? So I know social media plays a very big role in being inspired within our community. It actually plays a massive role within our community. But with that comes along some very dangerous things. One of the biggest things is the pressure that we put on ourselves because of social media. And I guess that can be interpreted in many, many different ways, but we're here to talk about journaling, so yeah. So from my own personal experience, this pressure has almost made me leave the community multiple times, especially when I was just starting out within the community. I've also had quite a few newcomers to the community message me and tell me that they don't feel validated within the community because they can't write 10 pages a day, or they don't have the prettiest spreads and they don't look the way that they want them to look. And that's really, that's sad. I don't have better words. I do have better words for it, but I'm trying not to say them. It's just, it makes me sad to know that people feel like that, and it makes me sad to know that I felt like that at one point within my journaling journey as well. Thankfully, you have a Spooky Bean that's here to remind you you're validated. No matter how much you write, no matter where you start, no matter what type of notebooks you use, supplies, no matter what they look like, you're validated within this community. And it's as simple as it is. If you're a part of this community, you're validated. You don't need to impress anybody. You're a part of this community for yourself. You're experiencing this journey for yourself. And that brings us into my advice for today's video. You might be sitting there ready to rip up your journal and throw it in the bin, but before you do that, sit down, even journal about it. But sit down and think about why you started journaling in the first place. Did you start journaling to keep memories? For your mental health? Even to organize your life a little bit more because it's been super chaotic? These are things to remember. You have to remember that this is a journey for yourself. I cannot stress this enough, but it's probably the most important thing to remember. Why you got into it, why you originally picked up that little notebook and that pen and started pouring everything onto a piece of paper. You're probably going to hear this a lot throughout this video, but remember that journaling is personal. Before we started putting it on the internet, our journals were locked in a safe somewhere so nobody could see them. It is supposed to be a personal journey. So please, before you decide to give up on yourself, sit down and remember why you started in the first place. It'll do you a heap of good. My second lot of advice is to let go of your expectations. Throw them out the window. And yes, there is a window over there, so this makes sense to me. But we need to throw expectations out the window, because I know from personal experience, a lot of our expectations are unrealistic. They are 100% unrealistic, especially if you're just starting out. Now, I know that there's a lot of videos out there that are supposed to help you when you're getting into journaling. You can literally go to your search bar and type in the word journaling and you will get flooded with these types of videos. And they are the type of videos that will tell you that you need to write every day. You need to write a certain amount of pages every day. You need to use all these different types of supplies when you're journaling. And I'm here to tell you that that's bullshit. You do not need to write every single day, nor do you need to write 6, 10, 20 pages a day to be a part of and to feel validated within this community. And I feel like that's something even people that have been in the community for a long time seem to forget. So you might have had a busy week at work and haven't had much time to write. You may only have 20 minutes before you go to bed that you're able to write because your schedule is so busy. That is okay. You might spend that 20 minutes finishing a full page, or you might only get a couple of sentences down. That is okay. As long as you got what you needed to get out on those pieces of paper, it is okay. On a similar note, when it comes to decorating your spreads, not every single spread, if any at all, needs to be some beautiful masterpiece that looks like it just got ripped out of a magazine. It's a very unrealistic expectation, especially when your whole life isn't consumed by a notebook. So for me, what I just said is actually really important because I still struggle with this, and I know that there is a few people that have been here for a very long time that still struggle with this. They care too much about what their followers might think or their viewers might think rather than what they think about what they've put together. And it falls back into what I was saying earlier about journaling being a personal experience. It's a personal journey. As long as you're happy with what you're putting together, other people's opinions do not matter. They really don't. I feel like this is something that is really important to remember, whether you're new or you're a veteran to the community. But another thing to remember is that there are no rules to journaling. I'm so sick of getting told that there are rules to journaling. There aren't. And with that being said, we really need to stop limiting ourselves with our journaling. So you see a lot of people do things a certain way, and it's cool to be inspired by that. It's kind of the whole point of this community. But just because someone else is doing something does not mean you have to do it. My first journal, when I first ever started journaling back in 2013, unfortunately I don't have this journal anymore, so I can't show it to you, but it was a spiraled notebook filled back to front with writing, and it was all written in lead pencil. Apparently I didn't have pens, but there was no washi tapes, there was no stickers, there was no printouts, there was no drawings. It was just writing about what I was going through, and it actually really helped me deal with a lot of my stuff. And you know, that might work for you, and if it does, I highly suggest you try that and stop putting these expectations and limiting what you think journaling is because someone else is doing journaling a certain way. The whole point to this video is to remind you, or at least let you newcomers know, that journaling is whatever and whenever you need / want it to be. We need to let go of these ridiculous expectations and remember why we started journaling in the first place. And I really hope this video helped in any kind of way that it possibly could, because I really wish I had something like this to watch when I first started out. But with that being said, I'm gonna sign off for this video, and I'll see you next week for a new one. Bye guys.